everybody, welcome back to our channel. So today we're going to be doing a video on 6 tips to help you reduce your stress levels. So these tips are both physical and mental. And if you want a few extra tips, we're also going to be putting some more up on our blog. So our blog name is www.cultivatebeauty.com.au if you haven't already visited.
So we'll get started with the tips. So tip number 1, which is a physical tip more than a mental tip to reduce stress, is to get out of your head and into your body. So it's often said that, exercise and dance and different forms of movement are a great way to reduce stress. And that's really because you're taking that attention out of the mind, which is focusing on the future and the past and things that are stressing you out, and getting back into the physical body. So a lot of people like to do yoga, that can be really effective. We like to do dance.
Yeah, that's a recent thing for us. We're doing hip hop dance.
Yeah, and just like really getting into your physical body rather than up in your head really helps.
And a lot of people feel that you have to do that through yoga, but there are so many other ways that you can get into your body, like any type of exercise, anything that's really demanding you to be present. And you're like, even when you're running, you're feeling that pain. You can't be thinking about like other things that are going on while you're experiencing that.
Or different physical interests or hobbies that you have, like people that like to do rock climbing or all kinds of things that just really turn your attention to the physical rather than mental state.
So share your favourite activity down in the comments, we'd love to know.
So our second tip relates more to, and this is also a physical tip, but it relates to when you are in the stressful moment. So our first tip around physical movement was more something that you could schedule into your week or into your day to help kind of diffuse your overall level of stress. But this is a tip to help when you're in the stressful moment, and that is to breathe through the stressful moment. This is another way to really connect with the body. So while you can't dance around or rock climb or do exercise because perhaps you're at work and you're trying to meet a deadline that's stressing you out, or you're working on a uni assignment or something, this is a way to still connect with the body but without doing one of those types of activities.
Yeah, so this can be really simple, like as simple as holding a breath for 3 seconds in and then breathing out, or just becoming aware of the rhythm of your breathing.
And when you're doing this simple exercise, it's actually interesting because you'll probably notice that you're breathing very shallow in that moment and that your shoulders are up around your ears. So it is really simple, but it is powerful. So you're scrolling through that spreadsheet that's stressing you out, you reconnect to the breath, and you just let your shoulders drop down and just turn your attention just for a moment to your body. So it can be really helpful and give you a little bit of perspective in that moment.
So our third tip is to change your surroundings. So that could be going out into nature, so going for a walk or just sitting in the sun and getting some vitamin D. But we find that when we go out into nature, it really gives you that perspective and makes you see that your problems are really quite small in the grand scheme of things.
I think humans, we just make our life very complicated with different rules and expectations, and when you go out in nature you kind of just feel like connection to the earth and just the perspective that all these things that we create can be quite small in the grand scheme of things.
And it's interesting because we're the only creatures that kind of have this ability to really think forwards and backwards and create all these problems for ourselves. I think Eckhart Tolle talks about the ducks. It's like the ducks on the pond just don't have a problem with anything.
But you don't always have to go out into nature. You can also, another place I really like to go is a coffee shop. I just like the atmosphere and the buzz around there. It just really lifts that feeling of stress for me. Some people might find it stressful because there's other people around and noise, but just find the place that works for you. So it could be different on a different day.
Yeah, true. So our fourth tip is to do something that you actually enjoy. So sometimes even in the wellness community, you can feel that pressure that you're meant to be doing something like yoga or meditation. And we love those things. We love yoga and meditation. But if that doesn't work for you, don't feel bad about, sitting on the couch and watching some Netflix. If that's how you like to de-stress, that is like completely okay.
I can't remember what that author... She was an author that, I'll leave her name in the down bar when I come up with it, but she wrote a book called Finding Joy in the Heart of Pain, and she lived with rheumatoid arthritis and a lot of chronic conditions, and she called it her down and dirty time, like the time where it was like just screw it, like I just do like, you know, just sit in front of the TV and watch reruns and eat my favorite food, and just, she's like, that's what gets me through like the really stressful times. And it's kind of it's a little bit running against a lot of the wellness community ideas of what it is to de-stress, but I've found it quite relatable that sometimes you just need that like down and dirty time that does revive you.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna lie, I love watching Netflix, and I love having like my series that I like to catch up on like every couple of nights.
You know, it doesn't have to be a down and dirty time though. There are also other things that have to do with creating things. You know, there might be different hobbies that you can explore, like cooking or doing crafts, things where you're using your hands and your imagination can really take your mind off things that are stressing you in your life. So we'd love to know what activities you enjoy or what you do in your down and dirty time in the comments below.
Nothing dirty.
Yeah. Okay, so our 5th tip is more of a mental trick here. So this is to set your intentions for the day and be kind to yourself. So often I notice that if I run into the day without setting any real clear intentions about what I want to do or how I want to treat myself in that day or what my priorities are, I can easily be pulled down into a lot of expectations and other external forces, I guess, that can really begin to stress me out. So an example of that would be, you know, if I wake up one day and I say to myself, like, I'm really going to prioritize my health and my emotional well-being today. I know what's realistic for me to get done today, and these are what they are, but anything beyond that, I'm going to prioritize me first. And on days where I do that, I just feel so much more peace through that day, rather than really being hard on myself and expecting...
like putting that pressure on yourself. Like you have to be getting more done, and it's like you've already set the limits for yourself.
Yeah, it comes down to, I guess, personal boundaries and also setting your priorities really clearly and setting those priorities with yourself and how you want to treat yourself in mind. So you're not, you know, burning yourself out and being unkind to yourself and thinking, wow, you know, if it comes down to it, I'll be working all night on this assignment. It's better to yourself to be, you know, proactive and plan ahead of time and set your priorities straight and look after yourself. So a couple of effective ways to start setting your intentions is to either use journaling in the morning, or you could just simply write a note in your phone. You don't have to write it in a book if that works for you, or you don't even have to write it down. You could just spend some quiet time with yourself in the morning and really set that intention. So it always helps to have a bit of extra time in your morning routine just to really sit with yourself rather than get swept into the day.
So our 6th and final tip is to drop the story, and what we mean by that is often we create our own stress through the thoughts that we're thinking and the story that we're playing out in our own mind.
So sometimes it's like what you make a situation mean that's more stressful than the situation.
Yeah. So it's even like how we were talking in our previous video, when you go out to eat with friends and nobody cares about the food choices that you're making, but in your mind you're building it up to be this big thing, and what are they thinking, what is he thinking?
And no one's thinking
one's thinking anything, you know, and you've created all this stress for yourself. So here we want to start dropping that story and start seeing things for what they really are. And one great way to start getting in tune with that is by meditating. So meditating is all about observing our thoughts without reacting to them, or without being really sucked into that story that we're creating. So seeing things for what they are and having a bit of perspective.
Sort of detaching from your thoughts and, as you say, observing them rather than playing into them all and feeling the victim, or my life in this area is not working and I need to do this, I need to do that, and people are expecting this. You can cause a lot of dramas just in your own mind. So meditation and learning to let go and drop that story can be really helpful for reducing stress. Okay guys, so those are our 6 tips for managing stress and reducing stress naturally. It's really important that you guys get on top of your stress, because it is a big, really important part of well-being. You know, almost I would say
most important.
I would say almost more important than diet and exercise. It can be the undoing of a perfect lifestyle otherwise. So it's really important. And if you have any de-stress tips of your own, we'd love to see them in the comments below. And as always, please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye guys.
Bye.
Today's video we're going to be talking about how to eat healthy and be social, so going out and ordering a healthy meal with friends.
Our tip, which we want to chat about, is the fact that what others think of you is none of your business. So we've spoken about deciding ahead of time, and then also how to approach the menu and how to ask for what you want from the waiter or waitress. But we haven't touched on the fact that there'll often be people with you at the restaurant, your